This all happened around the Thanksgiving of 2022. I was going through a divorce from my husband at the time. We'll call him Thomas. We'd been together for a little over 12 years by then. Our marriage started out well, but unfortunately we were still living in the same house until the divorce was finalized. Thomas refused to leave until it was finished, so I was unable to evict him from the house due to state laws. It was a pretty miserable situation, and uncomfortable as hell at home. It got to the point where I always felt sick. Really, it had been bad for the past few years. It was a nightmare being married to Thomas. He had completely changed from the man I met all those years ago into a total control freak. He was emotionally and physically and he had extreme anger issues. If he didn't get his way, he would completely flip out like a toddler. Out of nowhere, he would start screaming and yelling and throwing things.
When you start getting down on your knees more often, then we'll talk!
It was honestly unsettling to see a grown man behave like he did. He would get so angry over the smallest things. Sometimes I wouldn't even have to say anything for him to blow up at me, so I was finally divorcing him. But ever since I filed, Thomas had been acting even more unhinged. He didn't agree with the divorce at all, and didn't want to lose control over me. I started to notice him intentionally messing the house up, like leaving food and dishes all over the place. Then he would yell at me for the house not being clean. He did anything he could to get under my skin. So every day, I waited for the divorce to be finalized, counting down the days. I stayed in my room whenever I was home, and only ever left when I needed to. I avoided Thomas as much as I possibly could, for my own sanity's sake. Every night I would hear him yelling and talking to himself until really late.